since we last spoke, obviously the Ange news has been confirmed. I think, you know, when you and I last spoke about it, we were kind of like, didn't think it was really going to happen, but obviously it has now. I mean, are you surprised that he's gone?
No, I listen, Tottenham's a big club. And I know everyone up here says Celtic's a bigger club, and I get that. They're a bigger club worldwide, as in supporters, as in merchandising. But they're playing the biggest league in the world, or the, you know, so-called the richest league in the world anyway, that's for sure. Maybe not now Saudis, but they're just, you know, put it in perspective. If he's getting 20 grand at Celtic, he'll get 120 grand down there. Now, even the most die-hard of Celtic fans, you cannot refuse that. Yeah. You know, it's impossible. And if he does, I think he'll do all right. If it doesn't work, then he's him and his family's set for life. Yeah. There's only he's signed a 4-year deal. My God, it's a lot of money. Mm. You know how he got. That's a bonus in the start. How he get 4 years off Daniel Levy is, you know, beyond me, because he's used that 1 year rolling contract, the same as what he was on at Celtic. So, listen, fair play to the guy. He done well. He come up. People say I thought he was there for the long haul. He won 5 out of 6 trophies. You know, so he goes with my blessing. I'm, you know, I thought it was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
He came in, nobody knew him, and he just overtook, and I think he'll do that at Tottenham. I think he may have to defend a bit more down there. Maybe he'll get that sorted out. But I think by and large, you know, he came in. He did it the right way. I think he knew weeks before. That might have been why they were off the boil for so many weeks before it.
Yeah,
it would explain a lot. So. There's no way he wouldn't have told his players that he's off, and the club would have known. So, yeah, listen, they won the treble, an historic treble. Eight treble. It's nobody else in world football has done that. So, yeah, fair play to him. He's done that, and he's left. He's left in good terms with me, as far as I'm concerned. So now the hunt for another manager is on. You know, it's so he left, but they won the treble. West Ham won, as Meatloaf says, for a good week. It's 2 out of 3 ain't bad. You know, so yeah, I've had a good week.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, you know, there's obviously a lot of talk about replacements, and you know, the fact of the matter is Celtic have guaranteed Champions League football next season. You know, if they win the league, potentially the season after again. They've got a fair whack of money to spend. How appealing do you think the job is to a potential manager at the moment?
Well, there's a lot of managers out of job. You know, listen, before all the Celtic support starts shouting at me, they're talking about Potter coming up here. Well, Potter's on a 5-year deal with Chelsea. He's getting paid every month for the next 5 years. He'll be getting fortunes. He's not going to cut that to come and play for Celtic for 25 grand or something. I mean, let's be honest about it. So I would take managers like that out of the picture. They're not going to come up here. It's going to be somebody out of a job like maybe Brendan. You know, he's been, the betting gets stopped, but he's not now. And the boy from the Wi-Fi password, Bobo Glint, he's in the frame.
Yeah.
You know, it's, and the boy for Norwich, I can't remember the guy's name for Norwich.
Yeah, Farker,
he's in the frame. I don't know about that. I'm not sure. Listen, they know more than me, and they're talking about the guy from Man City as assistant manager. He's only been there 2 years. You know, he's never managed a club, and you know, I think it's a big ask for me. He's never. I mean, at least Ange was all over the world. He managed the Australian team. He managed he won leagues in Japan and won leagues in Australia, and he managed the international team. So at least he had knowledge of managing. You know, the boy from City has never managed a club, and it's a big difference. You know, you go from being one of the best coaches. Look at Bill. You know, he's been down his own to Queen's Park, and all of a sudden he's found out that it's a lot different from being a coach than to be a manager. You've got everything on your shoulders. When you go home as a coach, you can forget about everything. When you go home as a manager, you can't. And he found that out. But he might be a good manager, Bill, but at the moment, down there, he wasn't. So it's all swings and rounds about it. And Celtic haven't got time to trial somebody.
Yeah.
That's what the fans will not accept that. They've got to have somebody to come in that's going to hit the ground running. Nobody had heard of Ange. But as I said, he'd managed the Australian national team. He'd managed in Japan. He'd managed in Australia. He's been all over the place. And everyone that you spoke about us was raving about him.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Rangers boys who played over there, Craig Moore, and all that, were saying, what a manager. So Celtic have got to get this right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what do you think? I mean, obviously Brendan, left under a very dark cloud, but I don't know, would you be happy with him coming back? He obviously did such a good job.
Wouldn't bother me because he's a good coach, and it wouldn't really bother me at all. Listen, Celtic have got to understand they're a huge club to me, to every Celtic supporter, to everyone out there worldwide. But in the reality of things, when it comes to the money down south, you cannot argue with that.
Yeah.
And I think even the most diehard of Celtic fans would say, and I think Brendan wanted to stay until the end of the season, but the job might not have been there at the end of the season. Mm-hmm. And I think him and Peter were a bit at loggerheads, and so I might have had something to do with it. So if they can get that sorted out, I would welcome him back. I've not got a problem with that. Yeah. I certainly haven't got a problem. And get him in. They're talking about Martin O'Neill and Scott Brown, and it's because Martin done it. I suppose Martin done it at Ireland with Roy Keane. Well, that's what they're talking about. But listen, Scott's doing his own thing. He's away doing managing and doing his own thing. I hope they don't give it to somebody like John Kennedy. Know that I don't like John, but it's like he's never managed. So Scott Brown's done the right thing. He's away and he's taking the world on his shoulder, and he's making mistakes, which is, I think you're going to make mistakes when you become a manager. So Scott's away down, and who's to say he won't come back as a good manager at Celtic? But I wouldn't like somebody for his first job, to come in, and Ronnie Daly come in, and I liked Ronnie. He was great for fans, but he wasn't a good manager. He was, he's honest as the day's long, and he was trying, and getting the supporters gone, but the football was awful, to be honest with you. But, so it's one of them. I like him, and he done what he done. He's got a way about him, but I don't want that again. I think Celtic buy that. They need a good manager, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, do you think if Brendan were to come back, there's maybe a worry among some supporters that he would just leave again at the first sight of a job down south?
I think you've got to face reality, and I think everyone's accepting that. I hear the pub. I go in, and hear that it's all about the badge, and I'm saying, well, it's not about the badge. That was years ago. That was when I played, when the money wasn't that great. When the money wasn't that different. But you're talking about, you can make, it's like Christie and I earn that left, because they're getting 50 grand more a week down there than what they're getting at Celtic. So, I mean, do the maths, and it's just, and some people say it's not about the money. I'm sorry, but it is. It's, these guys want to retire and sit on the beach and do nothing and have not a worry. They don't have to go and work.
Yeah.
And if the money's good at Celtic, but it's not. It's not that when it comes to the Premiership. And I think Brendan would go. I think he'll go. I think he's a good manager. I thought he'd have got the Tottenham job, so I really did. I thought it was a perfect fit for them. Whether he would have got on with Daniel Levy or not, I don't know. So I don't know. It's really, they've got to get it done now. I mean,
yeah,
I think they must have known for weeks that he's going to leave, and you've got to. And don't make it last. pardon me, don't make a rash decision, but I think they've got to have people on their radar. So we'll see. I wouldn't mind the boy for Bobo Glint, because he was, I think his football was attractive. It was very attractive. You know, and he had sus to just every time, you know, Greg Taylor or Juranovic went in the midfield, he just pinged the ball out to left or right and attacked them from there. So he had them sussed. And over the two legs, they were by far the better team. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind him because he's, you know, they went to Roma and beat Roma, didn't they? I mean,
yeah, I think so.
He's not bad. He wouldn't be a bad shout. But, and again, it's just because he's managed at top level. And, you know, I think we've got to get somebody that's already knows the job. You know, because we don't want to. I don't think we need somebody that's coming in. Yeah, I think Celtic were very clear on what they wanted when they got Ange.
Yeah.
Nobody knew him, but they knew all about him because obviously was it the City group or something. So, you know, I'm not too sure about this guy from Man City they're talking about. Just because he's never managed. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I would rather a manager that Celtic is a huge club. You know, in terms of the Premiership, no, but that's only because of the money. They're bigger than, you know, 17, 8 teams down there.
Yeah.
You know, there's maybe Man United, Liverpool, Man City's huge now in merchandising, but that's about it. So, yeah, Celtic's right up there with the rest of them. So, but in terms of money, we can't compete, and it's Celtic supporters just have to accept that. There's nothing. Others want to keep, you know, they keep buying them, punching a badge and all that kind of stuff. And they bought into Ange, and I believed Ange wouldn't have left to any other club. You know, I don't think he would have left if it was even with the money. I don't think he would have left if it was less down the bottom or somebody's fighting relegation or somebody's fighting, you know, down the bottom. I don't think he'd have left for that. But Tottenham's a big club. You know, it breaks my heart to say that, but they're a massive stadium, and so he's got a clean sweep down there, I think. So
yeah,
but I wish him luck anyway. So we'll see.
Yeah, it was just, I suppose, too good to pass up, wasn't it?
Yeah,
came at the right time for him as well. Yeah, and we obviously, you know, we talk about potential replacements for him, but obviously one of the big questions is who will he take, if anyone, you know, from the coaching staff or from the playing staff. But I mean, from the kind of player side, who do you see, if anyone, you know, wanting or potentially even going with him to Tottenham?
Hatate would do a great job down there. I think he would, but I don't want him to go. So they're talking about him. He knows the boy at Brighton. They were talking about buying him. Go and buy him. That's great. That would give me the world to keep Hatate here for another year. Yeah. Kyogo. It depends on Kane. Yeah. You know, he's 27, I think, Kyogo. He's been about and he's done his trade, and he would do well because his pace is frightening. He would do well down there, but that's about the only two. I don't know many more. That it's not as easy. It's not as easy as what people think to go down there and make it. You know, I think Johnson's going to make it. I think he's a good player. I think he could make it. Not yet, you know, but he's came in. You know, he doesn't care about reputations. He just gets on with it. Man used to fight in an ice rink, for God's sake. You know, he was one of them. So yeah, I think there's a few players that could do it, and we'll just have to wait and see. You know, I don't know many players that would go down there now. You know, I don't know who would take. He'll not take the centre halves. I mean, Carter is still not even. I don't think he'll take him. There's big centre halves down there, not very good, but he couldn't get a game. He's not the quickest in the world, so and I think you've got to be quick down there. Yeah, I think the only one is if he wanted is Hatate, but I would much rather him go for his pal, Hatate's pal, the guy at Brighton, and he's a wonderful talent. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, a lot of big questions being answered, and it's probably going to change Celtic's summer plans as well, you know, given what the kind of type of player that Ange was looking for, and, you know, new manager.
They've got to get somebody in quick because it's, they've got to get somebody in quick because it's everything, you know, and, you know, I don't think John Kennedy's ready for it, but I don't want an interim manager again. John's done it. You know, it's pre-season, get a manager in and get all the bonding together. And they're going to Japan, and they're saying that's all because supporters are saying that's all because of Ange. It's not to do with Ange. They've got about 6 Japanese players. You know, it's for them because, and it's for merchandising. It's for getting the most money you can. And Japan's a huge, huge country. So if you can get the merchandising in Japan, my God, it's huge for money for Celtic. So that's also very good. And again, they're all doing well. So I don't think it would stop. I think Angel would still speak to Michael Nicholson and say, like, you know, or whoever manager, because it must be a hell of a backyard to go and get players in the Japanese market at the moment because they all seem to turn out well.
Yeah.
And I don't think Ange would steer Celtic in a bad way. I think it would help him that way, the manager, because he'll know the players over there. It might not be good enough for the Premiership, but certainly good enough for, you know, Scottish League. So we'll see.
Yeah, interesting, definitely.